What's the number one challenge for businesses today?
Workforce development, attracting, recruiting, and retaining people.
And that's why we created this podcast, designed for the frustrated CEO, the under-resourced recruiter, or the overworked manager, to give you the tools to tackle those WTF moments.
It's time to open another workforce therapy file.
And we're back at the Workforce Therapy Files in beautiful Lexington, Kentucky. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Molly.
And we have a new to us friend who is joining us today. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Boutaïna Ettaki. I'm a talent acquisition specialist with 7 County Services.
Thank you. And prior to talking on the mic, we were having a conversation about this being your first role working in nonprofit.
Yes.
So tell me how it feels different working in a nonprofit than it did working in like a more corporate setting.
It's in the name, nonprofit. So whatever you do is to support, to help, and then just knowing that my work somehow, helps my community. Like I said, directly or indirectly, that's a bit fulfilling for me. Just knowing that what we do is not to generate profit, it's more to support the community and assist the underserved populations and do our best into making our community better and more successful. That's just it just feels good. It feels good that there's a purpose to what I do. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm just I don't hate my job. I'm I got to do something so I can help and support any way I can.
I love it.
And it just feels good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that is the heart of how people are attracted to nonprofit is because they want to affect their community positively, right?
Yes, that's true.
Absolutely. So talent acquisition. How did you get into talent acquisition?
It started by applying for a job. So I feel like talent acquisition is similar. I did sales in the past. So for instance, when you're trying to sell a product, you're understanding the need of that individual and what they're looking for and trying to, fill those gaps. And in talent acquisition, it's exactly the same thing. I wouldn't call people product, they're people. So I'm looking for people that they fit the need of a hiring manager or, certain skills or criteria that I'm looking for. So it's pretty similar. It's I'm shopping for people.
There you go. Shopping for people.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sales and recruiting are very, very similar.
Yes.
I've always said that.
Absolutely.
As a recruiter.
That's right.
At heart. Yeah.
At a recruiter at heart. So one of the things that we do in our podcast is we ask our prior podcast participants to provide us a question to ask our next podcast participant.
Okay.
And then you get to come up with a question for who we interview next.
Sounds fun.
All right. So here's what they want to know from you.
Okay.
Heading into 2026, what do you think will have the most impact on attracting a young workforce? What are young people looking for?
I think young people would like to see, at least from looking for jobs, one of the things they look for is to see testimonials from real employees, to see content that they can relate to. They love images, they love videos. So if you're lacking those things, I suggest you get going.
Yeah.
It's just how things are. You gotta catch up or you'll be left behind. So I feel in order to obtain and attract that talent, you have to relate to them, see what they like and what they don't. And they don't like old-fashioned ways. They would go into your site, they will I use the word snoop again. They'll snoop all over it and see if there are any gallery in there, if there are any images, if there's any feedback, if there are any employee testimonials. So anything that they can read, want to have a sense of what your company culture is and whether that's culture fit their needs and what they are looking for. So I really think it's pretty important to remain relevant with Gen Z. So we can't lose them because by 2030, about 30% of the workforce is going to be Gen Z. So that is a huge number. And you have to remain relevant to not lose that talent.
Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent advice.
Yes. I think Molly just hired you at Incipio.
Yeah.
I got another question for you.
Yes.
How relevant do you believe Glassdoor, Indeed, those websites' ratings are to Gen Z? Do you think they pay attention to it, or are they like, meh?
I truly think they look for that. I mean, we're talking about the generation that loves scrolling down through comment section and then just reading what other people are saying. So if you're doing that, I can assure you 9 times out of 10, before you apply for a job, you're going to go and see what employees, previous employees, current employees are saying about that employer and whether it's something you're interested in or not. Again, I would stress that you can't take, like, if it says, oh, it's 2.5 stars, like, that doesn't mean that the employer is bad. It just means that those 3 employees who put their feedback in there didn't give it a good feedback. So I feel like you should look a little bit more than just reading 2-3 reviews and then make your decision.
That's fair.
Yeah,
All
totally.
right. So what question do you want us to ask our next participant?
Let's think. I'm going to make it very interesting. What will you do to retain talent within your organization?
Okay. It's been a hot topic today. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, they said, I heard this morning, retaining is the new recruiting. And it's true, because I feel like it costs companies a lot more to retain somebody than actually hire somebody
Preach,
new.
girl. Yeah.
So I feel like employers have to take that extra step to communicate and again relate to that individual to see, like, what can I do for you to keep you here? I mean, if you're a bad employee, please go. Like, this is not the place for you.
Such a thing as good turnover.
Yes, I totally agree with that. But I do believe that a lot of employers lose really good talent because they don't want to offer that little bit extra pay, but they're willing to spend, thousands of dollars looking for somebody else, which is kind of ridiculous because you're starting from all over again and you're affecting, the environment from within, whether we'd like to believe it or not. If I lose my best friend at work and I love working with them, like, that's going to change my morale and so forth and so forth and so forth.
Sure.
So I feel like it's like a trickling effect, and it doesn't just stop at one person. Like, people talk afterwards. Like,
they do.
Why did XYZ leave? Did you hear XYZ are not here anymore, or something like that.
They also are very creative.
Yes.
Some of it doesn't match at all with what happened.
Yes. Yes, they'll come up with all kinds of things, but to retain talent. And I think employers now really need to put a lot of efforts into retaining, especially in this very crazy market that we have right now. It's been absolutely insane. So I do think employees have to step up and try to do a little bit more when it comes to retainment and lower a little bit of that number by asking the right questions and trying to find out why people do actually leave. Like, what am I doing wrong that my employees continue to leave one after the other?
Absolutely.
And I'm just opening these jobs all over again. It also doesn't look good that you have the same jobs being open all the time. It's just like, why? Like, it looks like a toxic environment.
That's the assumption. Well, thank you so much for taking time out.
Yes, of course.
I hoped that this is as painless as I told you it would be.
Yeah, I was just a little nervous. I'm
That's
just
okay,
like, I feel like talking.
Yeah, it's only thousands upon thousands of people that are listening right now. I'm just kidding. I don't think it's thousands. Molly
We've got
and I
about
know
10 followers, and we're 2 of them.
Molly and I know that our moms listen.
You got 11.
Hey! Well, thank you for stopping by. I hope you have an amazing conference.
Thank you, Lee.
Thanks for listening to the Workforce Therapy Files. We hope you learned something new, and we're thankful for the time that you spent with us today. If there's a topic you'd like us to discuss, reach out to us. Our contact information's listed in the show notes. Until next time, keep your head up.